So I wanted to do this video because I want to know this as well. But you see, I know a lot of friends that are billionaires, so it gave me the ability to kind of do a video paving the way for you. So the title is, how do you become a billionaire in 10 years? Now I know that seems like a big number, but I bet you when Mark Zuckerberg was sitting there with the founder of Napster, and they were talking about Facebook in that meeting, and some of you watched it on Social Network where they're talking about it, and he says to Mark, you know what's really cool? Building $1 billion company. And you know what? That's exactly what they did. But I bet you Mark and his partner didn't even really think that was possible. And you're probably hearing me say that, and you probably don't think that's possible, but that's until you actually do it. So let's talk about some of the things that I've seen. Some of the things that I've seen billionaires that I know do to become billionaires, to build multi-billion-dollar companies. And you know what? The story's always the same. It's usually a rags to riches story. It's usually a story where they didn't have anything. They were working day and night. They were working into the night, sleeping in, I don't know, sometimes storage facilities, sometimes little stores, sleeping in the back room. The hard work that you never hear, right? You never really understand what it took to become a billionaire. All you do is you see the billionaire lifestyle. You see the yachts, you see the mansions, you see the Ferraris and the Porsches. You see all that stuff and you're like, oh, well, life's so good for them. But you don't understand the journey it took to get there. But you see, that's what I study. I read a lot of books. And I try to read books about people that do have $1 billion. I try to go around and talk to people that do have $1 billion or that have companies that are worth billions of dollars. And I found a couple key things that they have done to get to that point. And the first and most important thing that they've all done is they all created something. Not one of them conformed to other people's failed dreams, failed realities, or failed visions. They all carved their own path because they created something. They developed a unique and valuable product, which then turned into a unique and valuable company. Now, there's a lot that goes into that, but that's where it starts. And I can tell you one thing that is certain about what they created. They all created something that solved a problem for a lot of people. You see, the bigger the problem, the bigger the solution is. And the bigger the problem, the more money you can make if you solve that problem. Think about it. Think about any company out there. I mean, just real quick, I'm just looking at an iPhone. What problem did this solve? What problem did the first Apple II solve? They all solved the problem, right? It wasn't just another product that they developed just to follow the leader. They developed products to solve problems. And that's what you need to do. You need to figure out what you're going to create, what you're going to develop, and how unique is it? And how unique and how big the problem it solves is will really determine the value of the product. I'm going to get a little personal here with you. See this on the screen right here? PMC. You probably don't know what this is. This is a new company. A company I started a little over 2 years ago. It's called Private Money Club. You see, let me kind of just give you a little bit of a journey because this will be $1 billion company. This will absolutely be what I'm talking about. You see, I found a big need. I found a huge problem. And that problem was, I realized that out in the universe, out in the world, there's only two types of people. There are people who, for one way or the other, have come to find money. They have come into money. They have money. And I've understood and developed what their problem was. And I've never found a person that had money that didn't have this single solitary problem. That problem was they wanted to make more. Imagine that. They got money, but they want to make more of it. Problem identified. And then on the other side, and I always call this the other side of the coin, is the rest of the people. The rest of the people, you, me, everybody else. The rest of the people over here need money. They need money to develop and create this valuable product. They need money to make more money. I need money for Private Money Club to make more money. So you see, I have developed and understood there's two unique problems, and they're big problems. Every person with money wants to make more money. And every person who has an idea, they need money to make more money. And all I realized is with these two people, the only thing missing in the middle was what I had known about and what I had used in the past, which was a dating site. I know that sounds funny, right? But this is just how my mind articulated it. I got two types of people, just like a dating site, men and women. And the dating site brings them together with a unique platform which allows them to communicate, allows them to post profiles, allows them to tell the other party a little bit about them. Well, what's different about people with money and people that need money? They can develop a profile. They can tell the other party what it is they're looking to do. A lender or the person with money could say, hey, I'm looking to make 12% of my money. I'm looking to lend it out for between 1 year to 2 years. I'm looking for this, this, this. And the person that needs money on the other side can say, hey, here's what I'm looking to do. These are the deals that I'm looking to get into. This is the opportunity that I present. This is the willingness and what I'm willing to pay. Profile, photos. And then in the middle, I just had to create the connection, the communication, the forums. And I did. And now it's called Private Money Club. Thousands of members, all there to solve one of two problems. To make their money work for them, to make more money, or to get money to make more money. It's like a dating site for money. That's $1 billion idea. What's your idea? The second thing I've always noticed with all the billionaires I've ever met is they know how to build a strong network. They also understand that they're not an expert in everything. They're an expert at one thing. Some of the billionaires are just visionaries. Some of them are engineers or people with the means to actually make it work, but then they need another person that's going to help them get it to the market. They need people that are good at marketing. They need people that are good at operations. They need good bookkeepers and good accountants. They need good salespeople and good sales managers. They need all these things because they're only good at one, maybe two things, and they know their lane. So in order for them to become a billion-dollar company or become a billionaire, they're going to need a strong network. They're going to need a strong network of all the people that can do the things that they're not good at. There's not a billionaire I know that isn't good at building a strong network. And there's not a billionaire that I know that doesn't have a ridiculously strong network of people that all are able to do the things that they're not good at. Another thing I've learned from all billionaires, actually all successful people I've ever met, they work really hard. And the funny thing is, you would think, once you got $1 billion, once you're a billionaire, you don't have to work as hard. These folks, all the ones I know, they work harder now than they ever did before. Sure, they might work differently. They might have freedom to work as hard or as not hard as they want because they got the money to do it. But what they do is they find other things that move them because they realize that they don't ever want to arrive. It's called the arrival syndrome. They don't want to arrive because when you arrive, the only place to go is back down. So what they're always doing is they're always moving the level up. So they got $1 billion. What's it going to take to have $5 billion? And when they get $5 billion, what are they going to focus their time and energy on? Maybe it's charity. Maybe it's their foundations. You ever meet a really wealthy person? Don't they all seem to have foundations? They all do charitable work. And they work really hard at that. And they're very persistent at their work as well. Well, that's how they got there. And it's become a habit. They've built that habit up. And that habit doesn't just go away because they got money. Money doesn't make happiness, folks. Money's just a tool. They understand that. They use the tool to fulfill and solve more problems, world problems, big problems. And there's plenty of those out there to solve. So when people ask me, when's enough enough? I always say never. There will never be enough because there's always going to be people out there that need help. There's always going to be people out there that need a problem solved. I mean, come on. There's a lot of people that don't even have clean drinking water. That's a shame in this world. There's plenty of money, there's plenty of resources, and there's still people that have to walk a mile to get water out of a dirty river to feed their families. There's people that can't even get medical help. There's people that don't even have schools. There's people that don't even have all the simple things like shoes and clothes like we do. How can that be? Well, those are all problems we can solve, and they all take money. So as you become a billionaire, well, more, that's the answer. But it doesn't mean they want more. Heck, you don't need $1 billion. You can't even spend $1 billion. When you reach $1 million, you start thinking like that, and it just goes north from there. It's a universal law. The other thing is they take calculated risks. There's no billionaires out there that just kind of just wing it. They take calculated risks. They have teams sometimes that do all the analysis. Sometimes they do the analysis. They look at things differently than the average person. They're not out there just throwing money around. They're looking at things in a calculated way. They're doing the research. They're doing their due diligence, always. And not only that, they're always learning. I mean, come on. I go to these masterminds and there's billionaires there. Why are you here? Don't you have other things to do? Don't you have a yacht to go out on? Don't you have this or that or this to do? They always want to learn. They are always trying to improve themselves. Always. I mean, look at any of them. Look at Warren Buffett. The dude's always reading. He's got a room in his house, probably the same house he's been in for most of his life. He's always reading. He's always learning. He's always researching. He's always looking at calculated risks and how to reduce risks. So, the billionaire mindset, what is it? First off, you have to create something. You can't just conform and become a billionaire. Sorry, it doesn't work that way. You got to be a creator. And you got to create something that solves a really big problem, a unique product, a unique value, something that solves a really big problem. And you're going to have to get really good at building a network. And then once you get to that point, you're going to have to work really hard. You're going to have to be incredibly persistent in your actions. No matter how much money you have, you're always going to have to work hard. And you're going to have to take calculated risks. And the last thing, you're always going to be learning. You're never going to arrive. It's never going to be enough for the reasons I told you. So you're going to keep improving. You're going to keep learning. You're always going to be taking the next step up. Folks, that's the blueprint. It's the billionaire blueprint. So you want to be a billionaire? Have the vision. Do what it takes to get there. Lead from the front. Follow all those steps, and there's many more. I hope you liked this video, folks. And if you did, check this one out. What is the most important factor for wealth creation? Thanks for joining me today. See you next time.